Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, bottom of range. Yesterday we were asking ourselves, is this a break of the range? Is this a potential setup for a break? We're going to get a rejection higher and move down. Look at the diversion that's formed, crossover at the moment, and we are back in this. It's not almost top of range, but we're back in this zone, and I just want to put that level in there because that is the one that is coming into play now. One thing that is negative is the moving averages have come together. They haven't crossed over yet, but they have come together, and prices in between the two. So that could mean one of two things. It could mean that it is just building some structure to sucker in all the bears and then break through and move the upside, or it is genuinely a lower low, and now we're looking for another lower high, and you can do something like that, and you'll see how it lines up. 2 touches the upside, 2 touches the downside. That is pretty much the channel at the moment. So you can take it any which way you want, to be honest. Could be a setup for a short, could be a setup for a long. Now, for me, on the 8th hour, we're above the 155, so the trend is up. We're in between all the moving averages, which means we are in a range. Look to the left, we are in a range. We do have a bullish crossover, and we have a very decent double bottom setup here. 1, 2 with diversions, and that is the neckline up there. So bear in mind that the all-time high is just above us, and obviously the bears are trying to defend this to knock it down, but the bulls are looking for new highs. Markets are not designed to go down, they're designed to go up. They're designed to make money for pension fund investors, etc. So there's a lot going on in the markets, but I think right now, not quite 50-50. I think this favors the bulls at the moment. Before we drop down to the lower time frame, just have a look at the weekly. Weekly is still very, very suspect. Okay, so from a bearish outlook, this is very suspect. Buyers are still coming in though, and that is the concern. So we're pushing, and it's not really nice and structured at the moment. Oscillators have crossed over, pointing down, but I don't really trust what I'm seeing on the weekly at the moment. So with that, let's just get down to the lower time frames. Now, before we actually look at that, I want to do a social experiment today and next week. Let's see how many shares on social media we can get. Let's click that little share button and share it on the likes of Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn, wherever your social media accounts are. It would be very interesting to see the reach of social media and see what happens there. Anyway, I'm just playing around with this fascinating topic of SEO. Right, 3 hour. Have a look here. We have diversions in the opposite direction. We have cross over the moving averages, and we're in amongst the moving averages. So there's a lot that bodes well for a short here. And then on the 8th hour, there's a lot that bodes well for a long. Okay, so conflicting information for us. And yesterday was pretty much a big up and big down day. I just want to pick up the level. There's the level. That tail there, you can see we ran away, sold pretty close to the top there, came all the way down, and then a bit of a gap. This was US markets open when this happened. So big up, big down. Nothing really for me to trade here. I was still very cautious about this yesterday. Rather traded the S&P. But if you look at it now, we're breaking above the moving averages, but we are really tired here. So you would expect a rejection in this area. rejected past, and as I say that, we just pop above it with a new 1 hour bar. Anyway, so the political noise in the US has come to a close. So the debt ceiling has been lifted, and everybody's agreed. Congress signed it off yesterday, which is why we had the US rally. We've got non-farm payrolls today, so that could be a catalyst. And you've got to look at this from a political view. Politicians manipulate the market. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. So bet your bottom dollar that during all this manipulation, drive it down, drag it out, create negative noise to allow politicians to get in on their trades, and then all's well, don't worry about it. And then you're looking for another catalyst, which is non-farm payroll. So the probability of non-farm payrolls being a good number is probably pretty good, because it's all manipulated at the end of the day. So and there are people out there that actually track what the politicians are doing. I'm pretty confident that they would be in bullish positions at the moment. So my view at the moment is I'm looking for structure. Now, this is the best structure for me, and that is 15,864. I want to see price come back to this area and then run away. Could come back to the high of yesterday as well, because we've already broken through that. But the actual market close wasn't there. Actual market close would have been down in this region here. What's that, 4.5? Yeah, so it's somewhere over here at this 15,867 area, 15,865 area. So at the moment we're gapping up above the actual market close. So I'd like to see a close of that. A strong area of resistance above us. Not too keen about that. I'm looking for a long from down here. Your target is going to be pretty much 15.9. Let me just get rid of that so I can do this properly. 15.955, and then top of this range at 15.998. What's next? 1600. So I suspect we're going to tag 1600 possibly today. We're going to have a pretty good non-farm payrolls print by the looks of things, and rally quickly and hard, and then there should be some profit taking here while people take the weekend, come back, and then we're going to look for more opportunities to break through this big channel. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. And then what you can do, actually, I'm just going to put that level in there. So what you're looking for is a pullback into 15,888 and 15,864. Anything lower down would also be an opportunity, but it's going to be quite far down because you're going to have to put the level in all the way down here. So that would be a possibility as well, 15,786. So that's kind of the story that I have for today. We are still a bit in the bigger range, so just bear that in mind, and we are at top of that range at the moment. So very possible that we get a rejection here down, and then we look for a catalyst being non-farm payrolls to drive us through. So that's the view that I have for today. And lastly, as I said on the weekly, I don't really trust the weekly. And if I look at the daily, that's a big inside bar. Look at my oscillators here. This is just setting up for a break. I mean, there's more bullish structure here than there is anything else. So take it with a pinch of salt at the moment, because we've got to break above the 1600 area. Got to break above it properly and hold above it before we can continue. But sorry, 59.55 kind of area. So you can see this is the zone we need to break through. Been there for 2 months. But I suspect it's going to happen today, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of the view I've got. Looking for longs, looking for a pullback or a break. But it's going to be well worth paying attention to the charts today. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. No, I lie. We'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy the weekend. Cheers for now.